I won't mention this client, but it was down in Lynn County. There are stiff sentences, and they take DUI offenses really seriously in Lynn County. So I had a client, and this wasn't his first, it wasn't his second, I believe. This was his third arrest for a DUI. Client was heavily engaged in Window of Clarity. And I enjoyed this client, but I have to say, initially, he was expressing a lot of angst. He was involved in an accident in this case, some property damage. Thankfully, nobody was injured. But he is a client in particular that I saw really evolve during the course of his treatment in Window of Clarity. We were able to discuss the facts of his case and what the initial offer was and some potential paths forward without him being in panic mode or a sense of doom, feelings of doom. The client engaged in alcohol treatment voluntarily, and I think Window of Clarity helped him see that he needed that both for himself and, of course, I encouraged him for the benefit of his case. But I remind clients, don't engage in Window of Clarity for the purpose of helping you in your case to get a better outcome in your case. That may happen, and it assists me. But when you're arrested for a third time, you really have to recognize you've got some help and some guidance here. Figure out what that is. What's causing the drinking? The drinking is obviously a symptom of what's going on here. We were able to negotiate his custody down, both as a result of his alcohol treatment, but I think especially because of Window of Clarity. And in this case, at the time of sentencing, there's a judge in Lynn County, former prosecutor, well known for harsh sentencing. The judge took the time from the bench to go through each and every document. And the court was impressed, both with the Window of Clarity program itself and that my client made the voluntary choice to not only begin the program, but actually engage. I think the judge spent about 10 to 15 minutes in silence from the bench reading progress notes through Window of Clarity. The judge did not have kind words for my client prior to sentencing. He was not happy with my client and his previous history of driving while impaired in Lynn County. At the time of sentencing, even the judge's mind had shifted a little bit. But I'll never forget this, I don't think, as long as I live. The judge held up the Window of Clarity documents, the progress notes, and he told my clients, this is what saved you. This is what is going to result in the sentence that I'm going to impose today. But my client's initial sentence was cut in half, in part, in my opinion, because of the attitude shift that he had achieved through Window of Clarity. He changed as a person in the matter of 90 days. And I saw that change.